Okay, so what I want to focus on in this video is focusing on one of the important things in life. Now, there are a lot of important things in life, but one of the super important things is paying attention to yourself and what your body is doing and saying. I think we take self-love the wrong way. We have what we call conceitedness in today's society. There's a huge difference between conceitedness and self-love. Self-love is loving who you are, being in touch with your body, and treating others the way you would treat yourself. Conceitedness is about sort of putting yourself above others, thinking you're better than everyone else because you think you're cuter than them, you're smarter than them, you're more talented than them, whatever it is. There is such a not fine, thick line between those two definitions, and I sort of want to describe what self-love is. I think that self-love is very important in our lives because when we aren't loving ourselves, then we aren't doing anything right. When we are bringing ourselves down, we just aren't living in a good state of mind. I think self-love is something that nowadays we have to fight for and we have to sort of learn how to do all over again because we've been so distorted with the material world's beliefs. Self-love is about, like I said, being in touch with your body. It's learning to find out how your body learned. That makes no sense. It's about finding out how your body feels when you're angry, when you're sad, or when you're happy or have divine revelation, any of those or all of those at the same time. It's about knowing how your body feels when you think you're doing something wrong for yourself or doing something right for yourself. Speaking of right and wrong, self-love isn't about doing what's good or bad in the world's eyes. Self-love is about doing what's right and wrong for you. Now, everyone is not going to have the exact same rights and the exact same wrongs. Those are going to differentiate, and sometimes they may be polar opposites, and that's okay. We're human beings. We're allowed to be unique and opposite and special in that way. But just because we're opposite doesn't mean we should sort of group ourselves into little, this is how you should be, this is how you shouldn't be, little whatevers, you know. You shouldn't differentiate yourselves and sort of isolate yourselves from other people just because you have different rights and wrongs. I barely have the exact same morals and values as my friends do, but you know what? I love them for who they are, not for what their morals are. When you are loving yourself, you're respecting your morals and you're respecting yourself as a person. You are not bringing yourself down by telling yourself that you're fat, that you're ugly, or that you're not good enough, or that you're never going to be good enough or do anything good. I notice that I say those things to myself all the time, and when I get on that train of thought with all these mean things I'm saying to myself, it's hard to get off. So really what I do, and this is what works for me, is I just tell myself, Carmen, just stop. And I focus on what I'm doing right then and there. If it's sharpening my pencil, then I focus on really sharpening my pencil. This is how the pencil feels when it's in the sharpener. You know, weird things like that. If I'm at yoga or at dance, I really focus how my body feels and how it moves when I stretch my body out or when I, do the dance moves. Loving yourself is about, it's just about loving yourself. I don't know how else to explain it. It's about not bringing yourself down. It's about, taking what those other people say about you and just pushing it aside and saying, you know what, I know who I am. I do what makes me happy. What those people say is not true. I am what I say I am. I'm always what I say I am, and if I say I am those things that those people say, then I will be those things. Self-love is about taking care of your body. It's about exercising, eating right, drinking lots of water, getting all the vitamins you need. It's about not doing harmful things to your body, drinking excessively, doing excessive and addictive drugs. Okay, I've been there and I've done that, and every now and then is alright with me, but all the time where it becomes an addiction and a habit, it's not good for your body at all. Because with alcoholics, a lot of the times the reason they can't stop cold turkey is because their body becomes so used to that alcohol intake that if they stopped cold turkey, they would die from it. We have to take care of our physical bodies, the bodies that God gave us, and be grateful and give thanks every single day, or as often as you can. If you forget, no big, people forget, but just give thanks as often as you can, and whenever you remember to give thanks for this body that God gave you, because you're truly blessed to have this flesh body and to be here on earth. Really think about it, because I think that a lot of times, especially with miscarriages, those babies that didn't even get to live like an hour out of the womb, they never got this chance, and maybe they will in the future, but that's something that they will never have. So you really have to treasure your life and your body and just take good care of it. You have to have good physical health. You have to have good mental health and emotional health. Mental health is what you say to yourself. Whenever you catch yourself saying something bad about yourself, replace it with something good, and just keep on going with saying good things about yourself, no matter how hard it is. Emotional health. I think emotional health has to do with listening to your emotions. If you feel you're angry, don't lie about it. Say, okay, I'm angry. There's nothing wrong with being angry or jealous or spiteful. You're a human being, for God's sake. Every single human being has felt that way. I don't understand why we're so ashamed of it. I don't understand why we're so ashamed of so many natural things, like pooping. I don't understand why the world makes us so ashamed of who we really are. And it's such a sad thing to see. But like I was saying, all these natural things that you feel that are you, don't distort them and don't cover them up anymore. Because why should you do something that makes you upset for people that are never going to be satisfied with you? Those people around you that are always asking you to change and always asking you to be someone you're not, they're never going to stop. All they're going to do is keep hurting you. So why should you keep listening to the person that is hurting you? That is self-abuse right there. That is letting yourself be abused. Learning how to love yourself takes time. I'm not perfect, and I accept that, and I'm okay with that. Learning to love yourself means not being this exactly perfect human being and loving every single minute of it, but being this flawed human being who has unique quirks and loving all your quirks and flaws and accepting them and saying, oh my gosh, this is what makes me me. I have these great flaws, and it makes me a human being, and it's completely natural to be a human being because that's what I am. I don't understand why we make things so complicated when really they should be so simple, because that's what love is. It's just pure, simple, and innocent. That's my quickie for the night. If I think about anything else, I'll post another video. I just really want you guys to learn how to love yourself, because that's one of the most important things you can do in your life. So think about all the things you're doing right for once instead of all the things you're doing wrong. And think of all your talents and everything that God has blessed you with. Think of the personality traits God has given you. Think of all the things that make you happy, because you do deserve to be happy. You deserve to be loved, and you deserve to feel accepted. God wants nothing more for you than for you to feel those feelings. Just remember to listen to yourself. Remember to pay attention to what you're doing, how you react to things, what your thoughts are, and really figure out who you are so that you can really learn to love who you are. And if you have an inner child inside of you that is screaming for attention because you might have had a bad childhood or something, go deep inside to the old hurt and find out what that child needs and wants. And you're gonna have to go through hell and back No, you're gonna have to go through hell to get to where you want to be. But it's all worth it, I promise. And pain is only temporary, but love is eternal. And all good things don't come easy. I'm sorry, but all good permanent things don't come easy. You have to work for them. And if you're willing to go through hell and through all your fears for love, then you're gonna get blessed beyond blessed. So I just want to leave my insight for you. Hopefully it means something to you, and if it doesn't, I hope you find what makes you happy in your life. I really do. So have a good night, good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is for you. Be safe, love yourself, and don't forget that you are a unique, beautiful, and special person. Goodbye, guys.